Hey everybody, I wanted to show you some of the extraordinary growth we're seeing on certain varieties of plants. Some of them are growing like crazy, like more than we normally see at this time of year. And also there are a lot of new blooms of a lot of the new varieties of plants blooming, especially petunias. So I wanted to take a moment and just give you a quick little overview of kind of these new colors and these new types of plants. It's really an exciting time to be here in the nursery. First plant I'm going to show you is one of the really crazy growers. Now this is not a new variety, but this is one of the Supertunias, and this thing is growing like crazy. Normally, we would expect from most of our petunias at this point to be about this size. This is pretty normal. But this variety came in huge and it just keeps growing and growing. And it is a variety that is pretty vigorous, but this is pretty exceptional. So we actually had to move it into a 2-quart container because there's no way we'd be able to keep this watered. We don't open until May 1st, and then even after that, it's, like our pickup for pre-orders is going to be more like May 19th, and that's not even necessarily our last frost date. So there's a lot of time between now and when these are going to get planted out for a lot of people. So it's pretty extraordinary. This here is Mystic Illusion. Now last year we had Mystic Illusions in the 2 quarts. We had to up them this year to a gallon size simply because by, I think it was probably May 10th, maybe even sooner, we had to have the 2 quarts every morning on our pre-orders soaking in kind of a tub of water, and they had to sit there for a couple hours because otherwise they were just not going to get enough moisture. They would have dried out and died on us. So, and they're getting pretty root bound. So we're hoping by bumping them up, that's going to help. However, that also means they're going to have more root room. They're probably going to grow even more. So who knows, it's a little experiment, but we know that we couldn't keep them watered in that smaller size. The other two are these 2 salvias. Now these two, do get relatively large. So this is Rockin Fuchsia Salvia. So this one I would expect to be this big. We put a couple of them in gallons, but most of them are more in the 2-quart size, and those should be just fine, hopefully, but they came in really large. This one here is the Rockin Fuchsia, and this one's doing really well, and I kind of like the smell on the leaves on this one. It's a real herby kind of fragrance to them. So these are both salvias that are doing fantastic, and they're pretty vigorous varieties, so pretty nice soup. Don't want to knock those over. Then, let's see, so those are kind of the big ones, but now for some of the new colors. I'm going to start right here. This one right here is the SuperCal, I think it's Yellow Sun or SuperCal Premium Yellow Sun. Absolutely stunning yellow on this one. And then we paired it with here with the, I think it's Sunset Orange or Orange Sunset SuperCal. And this one, you'll notice it has a little bit of kind of speckling in the flower. That kind of changes over the season, so it will get a really vibrant orange over the next couple weeks, and then we'll see it kind of adjust a little bit, but it does keep a really beautiful orange color. SuperCals are one of my favorites. This one here is Hippy Chick. Absolutely love this one. Really fantastic flower on it. I love how the shape of the flower is, and then it has that beautiful white rim that highlights it, and even the veining inside the throat is just very unique and kind of lacy almost. It's a really nice flower. It's also here with, this is Surfinia Heavenly Amethyst. No, Surfinia Heavenly Cabernet. And this is a really nice, it's almost like a purple wave color with a deep dark throat. So really beautiful there. This one over here is another SuperCal. This is Purple Dawn, I believe. Yeah, Purple Dawn. And these aren't really showing their true colors. They tend to be a little darker with that real velvety veining inside, a nice thick kind of petal on them as well. These tend to be one of the first ones to bloom in this, like this time of year, and the last ones out at the end of the season. So they're really long bloomers. This one over here is the new Strawberry Sky. So it's in that speckled series, and we are starting to see speckles on it, and it is kind of a strawberry color. It's not really red, it's not really pink, but it is a pinky red. So it's a really beautiful kind of color, nice addition to the series. So we like seeing that. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh man. So some of the other petunias, I'll go right over here. This one is the headliner Blackberry vein, and you can see beautiful rich purple color on the inside throat there with the veins coming out, and then a nice kind of light lilac-y type purple on the outside. Really beautiful. This one over here is it's Sanguna Star something. I can't remember the name. I'll have to put it on the screen for you. Very, very nice one as well. This is another SuperCal. It's Bordeaux. Kind of has like a red on the inside, and then it kind of has a little bit of a gradient going out. This one, this is crazy. I have another one right here too. This is the Sanguna mega purple. And the flower on this is absolutely huge. Beautiful color on it too, really rich color. So we're thrilled about that one. And then let's see, let's move on. I do have some caladiums unfurling. This one's just kind of coming up alone. There's some other ones coming up. That's one thing about the caladiums is that they come up on their own time. Once they're up, they just kind of keep producing leaves, so I don't panic about it. I'm not worried about this pot being lopsided either, because once the other ones come up, they quickly catch up to the others. So, but it's always nice to see the leaves on the caladiums because they're great. These three here, these are all the Surefire. So you may be familiar with Surefire Red, Surefire Rose, I believe it is. And then the new color is the Surefire White. And I love it. It has really nice, rich, lush green leaves, pure white flowers. It's a really great addition to the series. So really happy to see that. Let's see down here. I'm going to get a little closer so I can see. These are some of the Calibrachoas over here. So this one here is the, I think is it Calitastic Mango, I believe. I like how it has a really nice kind of orangey yellow with a beautiful orange throat. Really beautiful one here. This is the Eyeconic Apricot, I believe. I'm doing these from memory, so I'll make sure and put the correct name on there, but beautiful eye on this one, really dark kind of color on it. And remember, these are still pretty small. The flowers and the plants themselves are going to get a lot bigger, and these are a lot of the early blooms. This one is the new Cha Fuchsia, and really intense pink on that with a nice little yellow star throat in there. Really very, very nice, and I'm really in love with this one here. This one is the Illusion Calibrachoa. And the thing about the Illusion is that it has basically 4 colors in it. It has the yellow inside, then it has a dark, rich purple, then it kind of goes to a magenta, and then to a light pink on the outside. And you can see the little bit older blooms do fade a little, but they're still holding their own. They're still impressive, but the color when they first open is really intense and really, really bright. So that's a fantastic one. And then, what else can I show you? Oh, the Streptocarpus are blooming as well, and there's 2 new colors and 1 old color, but this Bicolor red, it's a lot darker than I remember it being last year. So I don't know if that's just because it's a first flower or if it just is just looking a little dark this year. Absolutely stunning. This one here is dark blue vein, and that one's got just a fantastic little pattern inside and that rich, rich purple in there. And then there's also white ice, and that one's new this year too. I love how it's one of the whitest Streptocarpus I've seen, and then that beautiful blue streaking down at the bottom. That's really stunning. So hey, that's pretty much where we're at. I just wanted to give you this peek at these new varieties and showing you some of the vigor on some of these other plants. I don't know what's going on with these big ones. I know they did come in large. The other one I didn't show you was the Suncredibles. Those things are just getting to be enormous as well. In fact, we had to bump a lot of those up because, I mean, they were just pushing through. Usually we would have pinched the Suncredibles, and that's kind of nipping off the tops of them about 10 days ago. When we got them, they had already been pinched. So they were already ahead of the game when we got them. So we still have a lot of time before we open. So it's going to be kind of an adventure, keeping these looking good, which I think we're going to be able to do. We keep our petunias grown very cold, as well as the Calibrachoas, and that helps them kind of stunt their growth a little bit, or at least kind of keep them growing really slow. Also encourages them to branch more. So you're going to notice that our petunia baskets are going to have they're going to be pretty thick and lush because of those cold temperatures, especially at night. We don't let it get higher. It's usually between 43 and 44 degrees through the night. It will get warmer in here during the day, but we do make sure that we try to vent it so that we're not letting it get too hot in here. And that seems to work really well for the petunias and calibrachoas. I wish we could keep like geraniums and stuff in here too, and verbena, because those can handle cold as well. But we have to keep them in with some of the other plants, so we can't drop the temperatures that low. But hey, I just wanted to give you guys this update. Hope everything's going great for you. I will see you in the next video.